I'm just a Jew in Babylon. How did we get here? How did we get here? I'm just a Jew in Babylon. How did we get here? Slave ship, the father ain't nobody that we play with. My people broke the laws. Look at what it costs. Jerusalem, we lost. We at the bottom, y'all. We done lost it all. Black man selling drugs, gang banging in your culture. The more you sin, you walking dead, they eat you like some bullshit. You ain't even black, that's a known fact. That's a color. You a Hebrew, you my brother. They want us to kill each other. We should really feel each other. These scriptures could change any brother. I just see what damn you seen. Drop the 9/11. But we ain't hear this from the reverend. We needed this message. We needed somebody to tell us that we really special. We made a covenant and one day he gon' use these vessels. It's all written. These bones living. We gon' fishing. No wrong living. We on mission. This is not my homeland. This is not my way of life. Send us to our homeland. But we gon' get it right. Get this beam up on my eye so that I can see the light. We found out that it was Christ. Hung out Savior on the tree just like a Hebrew. He went against the system like a Hebrew. He folk changed his name like a Hebrew. They hated on his fame like a Hebrew. Babylon falling and he coming for his people. Repent or die.
To praise you, no comments or hearts on your Instagram to boost your ego. Who you gon' be, bro? Psalm 64:4. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. No free throw. When the banks closed and all accounts are frozen, police ain't patrolling, hospitals overflowing in the whole city, smoking, stealing and looting groceries, fighting in the parking lot over a can of beans. Both get ran over by a vehicle that's stolen. The driver just keep going. She want a minute and then lost her mind. 5-year power outages, really the darkest times. Grown men filled with fear and crime. Home invasions, women raped, killing babies. Empty shelves, no food trucks, starvation. People won't believe and listen until it pop off. How you gon' leave when they got the bridges blocked off? When everybody lawless, no water out the faucet, the zombies out the coffins. Gotta be quiet and cautious. Strip you naked of video and all possessions. Streets looking like the old westerns. When you can't change your clothes, no dressing room. Know how to dress a wound. Know how to grow your own food, or you just a goon. Prophesying through the microphone, a kufi on. When you stand before the Most High, it's gonna be you alone.
Today we.
So that was Hezekiah, all right, and Paisley, all right, Kwame Asharala, all praise to the Most High, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. I got another one for y'all.
I'm thankful for how I live, all because I spread repentance. I used to be sinful living.
This is Jordan. This is We On featuring Jordan. All right, Annaville, the servant.
These verses in them trenches, scriptures thumping out them bins. No label, we independent. Truth music done jumped the fences. It can't get no clearer in their vision if they clean the lenses. The Most High, he represent this. No flex, you know who my friend is. They want me to sell my soul like it ain't worth more than gold. This whole world is inexpensive. I'm not concerned with expenses. Forgive your brother in the instance. You may need forgiveness. We the same to be specific. Loving them ain't evil, is it? I ain't talking denim stitching when I say that's true religion. My shot, my supervision. Now I see with supervision. In earth as it is in heaven, I'm winning in 2 dimensions. Carnivore, the art of war, I slay demons, I do precision. Heaven, hell, that's 2 decisions. That's where to his crucifixion. His spirit is supernatural, don't believe in superstition. Yeah. And we
Call Allah, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai.
The winning team, so you know demons got a forfeit. Wicked evil spirits cannot stand before me or sit. And if there's any problems, you know Abba gon' solve them. Hop on the song with y'all, then guarantee we go all in. First I feel the spirit, plug the mic up and record it. Everyone feeling gorgeous, it give life to the corpses. My phone not on silent, nah, I know what my call is. So if you go against me, I'm not tripping like it's cordless. Say repent to the people, the masses, cause the internet's coming disastrous. Follow laws, do not listen to pastors. Do you think that salvation is magic? Get the picture, receive the attachment. Please do not be deceived by the dragon. The Most High gon' be mad with a passion. He repeating this up like a habit. He will not bend or fall like elastic. Can you drink from the cup of the master? If you think you're not ready, don't ask. And I pray that this always get a reaction. Cause some people be moving so backwards. They think money and fame is the answer. This whole world gon' be turned into ashes. You think evil is funny? Stop laughing.
And we are, and we are,
And we are, we are, and we are, we are, we are.
yeah, we are.
Shalom, shalom, barakatah. KY, shalom, Ak Edward. Man, yeah, Michael Jackson be saying some crazy shit, man. You know, I don't know what that what do you mean when he say that though? You may have to school us on that one, Ak. Man, we got some more music. We about to play some more Hebrew truth music. You know, kill these evil vibrations, evil spirits. All right, you know, it's a lot of our people working, you know, to bring the truth out. All right, here's some more Hezekiah, Feast of Dedication. I can't wait till the Feast of Dedication come back around. You feel me? So we keep this high holy days, you know, holy.
The gang leader, formerly known as A-Frame, continues to maintain his innocence.
Come, Michael Jackson want to start something. You know, the heathens always trying to start something.
And it happened. Alexander the Greek took the earth like a captain. Killed the king of Persia, caught him slipping like he napping. The whole earth quiet before this man, he had power. Winning all them wars, lift his heart up like a tower. Then he got sick, called his men, split the kingdom. Trying to put their head, but they multiplied evil. Wicked Israelites made a covenant with heathens. They doing the same thing right now, I can't believe them. Gentiles had them scared, Antiochus took Egypt. Next stop, Jerusalem.
Hey, Khan. Hey, so this is spiritual insight, so we're trying to break everything down. All right, so Edward just put on a comment. All right, you know, Michael Jackson said Nima Natas. All right, you know, and he also said that's off of the song "Gotta Be Starting Something," right? And he, you know, Ak also pointed out, he's saying "Amen, Satan" backwards for us all to chant. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Like, you know, a lot of these songs, you know, have evil intentions behind it. That's why, you know, the Ashkenazis, the fake Jewish people, control the music industry. They don't let music like KRS-One and Public Enemy out. They want to have that wicked type of vibration out, you know. But yeah, that's something else. And when we go into this Hebrew truth music, I mean, it's counteracting that, you know, because you bringing the truth out, you exposing the lies. You feel me? Because it's two sides. It's the left side versus the right side versus the left side. Future wicked as hell. All right, man, we're gonna play something. I'm gonna go to his a couple artists songs, and we're gonna break down those words. You know, man, because it's a lot of witchcraft and sorcery going along these days amongst our nation, our people. We're gonna finish this song out.
Me about to test the people. They took the showbread, golden altar.
So this is Hezekiah, Feast of Dedication.
Alexander the Greek took the earth like a captain. Took the king of Persia, caught him slipping like he napping. The whole earth quiet before this man, he had power. Winning all the wars, lift his heart up like a tower. Then he got sick, called his men, split the kingdom. Crowns upon their head, but they multiplied evil. Wicked Israelites made a covenant with heathens. They doing the same thing right now, I can't believe. Gentiles had them scared, Antiochus took Egypt. Next stop Jerusalem, he about to test the people. They took the showbread, golden altar, and menorah. All of this keep happening, cause we keep breaking Torah. Antiochus went back to his lane with to celebrate. 2 years later, he put fire to them heaven gates. Burned Jerusalem down, took out women and he made them slaves. Letter from the king, everybody want people. So if you follow laws that ain't the king's, you better leave them. But if we leave our laws, then our God gonna leave us. Many Israelites with the Father when they heeded, sacrificing swine on the altar, stopping us from doing the burnt and the drink offering, profaning the Sabbath, knowing that it's gonna cost us. If we don't do these laws, it's gonna cost us. But the spirit of Maccabees, if you wanna keep the laws and commandments, follow me. Maccabees. If you wanna keep the laws and commandments, follow me. Yeah, hey, ain't no time for compromise. Need to show thyself a man. The heathens doing the same tricks, they about to do it all again. You going to war on Shabbat, tell the heathens we ain't playing. If you serious about them laws, out together we can stand. Don't be scared of the multitude, he go intervene. It ain't about the numbers, about power from Shemaim. Allah, Allah, Bahadam, Allah with the Malakim. Power in the blood, power with the mighty king. Back to the story, they want war out the war. Got the land back, but the land was so torn. Ash upon their heads and they even ripped their gum. Got the land back, but the land was so torn. So they dedicated sanctuary, built new altars. It might not be perfect, but we still keeping our culture. Go get that menorah, put them lights up in that temple. About to give them praise for everything we done been through. The Feast of Dedication.
So that was the Feast of Dedication, man. The Feast of Dedication. Powerful, powerful song, man. Like, this type of songs that we need to, battle out these evil vibrations, especially when you first come into this truth, because once you're not studied to show yourself approved, if you're not meditated in these scriptures, man, it's so easy to go back, to your wicked ways just by listening to a song, like real talk. What you say, do we got to sacrifice to be at the top of whatever we want to be? I mean, it depends on how you're looking up sacrifice. Like, we're talking about sacrificing, being a part of this world, the pleasures and the cares of this world. Yes, we got to sacrifice that, because, we can't serve two masters. We got to, we can't do Christmases with our families. Can't do Thanksgiving, carving the turkey with our family, waking up in the morning eating the turkey sandwiches from the leftover. We got to sacrifice that. We got to sacrifice Mother's Day. We can't do that no more. Like we all these days, Father's Day, all these days we got to sacrifice these so-called holy days, so-called holidays. We got to sacrifice just so we can walk in a straight path with the Most High. And it's crazy because when you're looking at these songs, they don't teach us about our history. They don't teach us about our enemies. They teach us to join with our enemies. They teach us about, the wrong things, lust, violence. It's always about killing your brother or selling your soul. Like when you even go to this, the lyrics on
Eyes Closed, right? I'm gonna read it by Kanye West. It says, and I can't see it with my eyes closed now, feeling like my life froze. I'm about to hit the ground. And it says, verse 1, I sold my soul to the devil. That's a crappy deal. At least it came with a few toys like a happy meal. This game you could never win. Cause they love you, then they hate you, then they love you again. Get away from me, misery. Get away from me, loneliness. Get away from me, fake bitches. I can't take the phoniness. So when you're looking at all that, right? They give you some enticement words, some enchantments. Okay, he's rhyming, but and it makes you forget what he just fucking said, right? He says, I sold my soul to the devil. That's a crappy deal. Like, okay, we acknowledge that's a crappy deal, right? But he still sold his soul. He said, at least it came with a few toys like a happy meal. All right. Like, that's wicked. All right, that's wicked. What you say, Ak? It says, but what if people already sold their soul unknowingly? Well, I mean, that's in the scriptures. That goes to Hosea 4 and 6. All right, let me bring that scripture out. Matter of fact, because that's on them for not wanting to get this knowledge. And that's like, when you're selling your soul, that's like, for example, selling your soul is, you convincing people to eat pork. You feel me? You promoting homosexuality. You know, just for example, if you start in a podcast or a web series, you put some homosexuals on your podcast and your web series for more views and more audiences. That's a part of selling your soul. You take along you're a rapper talking about you should get the jab, or you shouldn't trip about gay people. What they do is their business. That's a part of setting your soul, because it's starting to teach them, our people, wickedness. Hosea 4 and 6 says, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the laws of thy God. I will also forget thy children. All right, so I mean, that's what's going on. Like, this is why they have the radio playing 24/7 throughout the day. All right, they have that radio, you know, programming your children, even when you step away from the child. Even the television is programmed so they can get that you know that evil seed in their mind. All right, even when you leave your children at the school, all right, they got the homosexuals, they got the transsexuals, all right, they got all these alphabet groups going after the children, teaching them teaching them things, and the children falling for it because nobody teaching them the word of the Most High to combat those evil spirits, right? So that's why you get all these Disney channels, promoting all type of sorcery, and then a lot of these kids, all right, they're gonna grow up being monsters, right? Matter of fact, there's a scripture on that. All right, matter of fact, let me get that scripture. So we go to Second Ezra 5 and 8. It says, "There shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be off sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and minstrous women shall bring forth monsters." All right, minstrous women shall bring forth monsters. All right, let's get the definition for mistress. All right, let's see what that means. Mistress women definitions.
Menstruous.
Mistress, relating to or in the process of mistress. All right, What else does that mean? Let's find that in the Strongs. Strong's coordinates have it all. The Hebrew 57:9. It says it's in Hebrew is nida or nidal, which means impurity. All right, it means impurity, aberrant, menstrual. All right, unclean thing. All right, uncleanness. All right, so how you say that word again? Let me go to it. Mistress.
Minstress.
All right, mistress. Women gonna bring forth monsters. They gonna bring forth monsters, right? There's no father in the household. All right, no man teaching, the children who they are. All right, so this is what's going on. Y'all make sure y'all throw a like out. All right, so when you looking at that and you putting it all together, it's the reason why did they take the Bible out of the school? All right, let's see when they took the Bible out of school. All right, I believe it was like in 1947. The same time they moved the fake Jews in Israel. All right, let's see. When was the Bible taken out of school?
According to Wikipedia, since 1962, the Supreme Court has repeatedly ruled that school-mandated prayers in public schools are unconstitutional.
All right, so it's 1962. That's when they took the Bible out of school. And they moved the fake Jews in Israel, I believe, in 1942, right? All right, so you got to understand, them taking the Bible out of school was one of the most, diabolical things that anybody can do. All right. One of the most diabolical things that can be done is not showing the child who they are. All right. Matter of fact, got another preset because this is very important. All right, we'll go to Deuteronomy 11:19. It says, "And ye shall teach them your children, speaking of them, when thou sittest in thy house, and when thou walkest by thy way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up." All right. You can't even teach your children these days, right? You mess around and get a CPS case, all right, for even spanking them. All right. Proverbs 13:24, it says, "He that spareth his rod hateth his son." So if you don't whip your children, you hate your son. But he that loveth him chastiseth him betimes. All right. That's why, as servants of the Most High, we go through all the hell. All right. Because when we're not listening to the Most High, what happens? All right. We get spankings. All right. We go through hell. All right. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Is it because this is something that's real? We need to start talking about this more often. All right. So another thing, I want to read some books out of Babylon to Timbuktu. All right. I'm trying to read some books out of Babylon to Timbuktu. All right. So I'm going to get some music back going. All right. I'm going to get this book. We're going to go to page 37. All right. We're going to read about our history. All right. Because, this is also a read along. We got to talk about this. We got to expose all the lies. We're not Africans. We're not African Americans. All right. We're the children of Israel. And we got to, promote this more often with each other. We got to talk about this day and night. You got to transform. Your responsibility as a man is to transform yourself. All right. Like real talk. You got to transform yourself, from the dead man that you once were, all right, to the reborn man that you're supposed to become. All right. To the righteous man. You got to be righteous now. All right. Part of being righteous is getting the education on who you are. All right, so we got some more songs. I'm gonna play for you guys, and I'm gonna get this Babylon to Timbuktu book. All right, and then we're gonna continue the read along.
Who are those children all dressed in red? God is gonna trouble the waters. Must be the one that Moses led. God is gonna trouble the waters. Who are those children all dressed in white? God is gonna trouble the waters. Look like it might be those Israelites. Yeah. God is gonna trouble the waters. Wait in the water. Wait in the water. Wait in the water. Wait in the water. Now I'm purified. Now I'm purified. Wait in the water. Wait in the water. Wait in the water. Now I'm purified. Wait in the water. Hold your boots and dump your feet. Who are those children all dressed in blue? God is gonna trouble the waters. Must be the one that made it through. God is gonna
Shalom, Aqua Joyce.
one more thing I'd like to say. Jordan River, chilling cold. God is gonna trouble the waters. Chill my body, but not my soul. God is
Kwame Asharala. Kwame Asharala. Oh yeah, Kwame Asharala. Yeah, this is a beautiful song. Like it's really touching to the spirit. And not only that, it's truthful. That truthful music, all right, that we have to have for our spirit. Remember King David? Remember King Saul was seeking to kill King David, and King David played the harp to battle out that evil spirit that was in King Saul. Matter of fact, I'm gonna grab that precept. You guys give me a second. That's a powerful. It's important to listen to righteous music. It's important to listen to righteous music. All right, this is 1 Samuel 16 and 23. It says, and it came to pass when the evil spirit from God was upon Saul. Remember, the Most High controlled the evil spirits as well. All right, that David took an harp and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him. This is why the left side, when you're talking about these heathens, these Ashkenazi fake Jews, they know what type of trances to put our people under. All right, they know what to play to get our people rowdy or lustful. All right, they know exactly what to play. We don't know who we are. All right, but like I said, we was gonna go to from Babylon to Timbuktu. All right, after the music got done playing, we on page 33. Page 33. I hope you guys are ready to listen. If you guys don't have the book, all right, it's by Rudolph R. Windsor, right? Rudolph R. Windsor. This is the author of the book. All right, so I'm on the original Black Jews chapter. All right, this is facts. It's good that we have things that we can actually read about to prove who we are. This is just an extendo. All right, because the Bible is all we need. But here's an extendo. All right, for your clip. All right, so it says, originally all Hamites and Shemites, or Semites, because the fake Jews like to say Semites. I don't say Semite. I suggest brothers and sisters, Akim and Akwath, do not say no Semite. We use ancient Paleo-Hebrew. All right, the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. All right, you know, that when you read the Hebrew, it's going to say ba, ga. But when you read the modern Hebrew, it's going to be aleph, bet, gamar. All right. When you read that type of Hebrew, all right, you got to understand the pronunciations of the letters are different. So when you pronounce the Most High's name, it's going to be different. The Ashkenazis have a major role with the modern Hebrew, mixing it with Yiddish. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, so it says the originally all Hamites and Shemites were black. Abraham was a black Shemite and a descendant of Shem. Right? The name of Abraham was Abram. Before he was referred as Abraham, the three Hebrew patriarchs were Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This Jacob begot 12 sons, who later fathered the 12 tribes of Israel. Abraham was the father not only of the Hebrew Israelite nation, but also the Arab nation, right? Then it says, now the mother and the grandmother of the Arabian nation were a black Hamite Egyptian woman, and the father of the Arabian nation were Abraham and Ishmael.
black Shemites. At a certain time, there were hard feelings between Sarah, Abraham's wife, and Hagar, Sarah's maidservant. So Hagar fled from Abraham's house, and dwelled in the wilderness. All right. Josias, the Jewish historian, because they like to say Jewish, we like to say Israelite historian, wrote that Ishmael married an Egyptian woman. As a result, he begot 12 sons. So Ishmael married an Egyptian woman. He had 12 sons, which was Nebajoth, Kedar, Adbil, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Masa, Hadar, Timma, Jata, Naphish, and Kadamar. These 12 sons became 12 tribes and inhabited the region from the Euphrates to the Red Sea in the Arabian Peninsula. This country is known today as Arabia. To those who do not believe that the ancient Arabian were black, I would like to make one point crystal clear. If your mother and grandmother were black, I am positive that you would have many colored futures. All right. Then it says Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the 12 tribes of Israel. I'm on page 34. Were all black people. This I shall prove to you by a gradual method. After Joseph was sold down into Egypt as a slave, we find in the 42nd chapter of Genesis, showing you proof that he was become the victory of Egypt. Slack, let me say that again. That he has become the viceroy of Egypt. Joseph's 10 brothers came into Egypt. Egypt is in Africa to buy corn because of a famine was in the land. All newcomers who came into Egypt had to buy corn from Joseph. But when Joseph's 10 brothers came to Africa, they did not recognize him. They did not recognize him because Joseph had grown up and the Egyptians were a black people like the sons of Jacob. So did you guys catch that point, right? Did you guys catch that point? This is how you know that the Israelites were black, right? Because when Joseph was in Egypt, they did not recognize him amongst all the Africans. At the time was Cushites, all right? That was in Mizraim, all right, which is called by the Greeks Egypt. All right, because the inhabitants of the land was all what? Black, so-called black. There was Africans. When you put the Hebrews and the Africans together, especially at that time, all right, yes, we had a difference, but it was hard to tell by anybody that did not have our skin tone, right? Does that make sense? It was hard to tell when you put a Hebrew and an African together, because if you was not the same shade as a so-called Negro man, right, you would not be able to tell the difference between the Negro and the African, right? That's facts. All right, so where am I at, y'all? Okay, so it says, Slack it. It says, the man who is the Lord of the land spoke roughly to us. Slack it. Let me move up a little bit. It says they didn't recognize him. So they said they did not recognize him because Joseph had grown up in the Egyptians were black people like the sons of Jacob. Jacob's 10 sons considered Joseph to be another black Egyptian. We know this to be true because the 10 brothers returned and reported to their father. And it tells you what they said. It says, the man who is the Lord of the land spoke roughly to us. Furthermore, if Joseph had been white, he would have aroused the curiosity of his brothers very rapidly. We really do not need any more proof that the Israelites were black. But for the sake of argument, I will offer it. So Rudolph um, Rudolph R. Windsor also put in many places in the Bible where we find the sons of Jacob and the later Israelites taking black Canaanite women for wives. If the ancient Israelites were not originally black, they would be after the intermingling with black Canaanite men and women. When the king Pharaoh of Egypt procl- proc- promulgated the the indict to cast all the Hebrew male babies into the Nile River, Miriam and her mother hid the baby Moses in the basket alongside the river. Meanwhile, Pharaoh's daughter and came down the Nile to wash herself, and she saw the basket and the baby Moses. Pharaoh's daughter knew that the baby was in Hebrew, and she adopted him. If Moses had been a white baby, it would have been difficult to conceal him from her father anger. In the period of Moses, the black Egyptian enslaved black Jew. All right, Moses was a black Jew, right? Tribe of Levite. Remember, he was today they would be the Haitians. There's another point to prove that the Jews were black is the leprosy law. Man, that's a cold one, right? Written in the 13th chapter of Leviticus and explained in the second chapter of the book. The strangest and most amazing phenomena concerning biblical leprosy was that the skin turned white. These laws of leprosy were given to the nation of Yasharallah, which is Israel, and they could not apply to the white nation. Herbert Wentz wrote in his book, it began in Babel. All indication point to the fact that Asia was the cradle of the black race. It is written in the book of Daniel 7 and 9. All right. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. Who's the Ancient of Days? It's the Most High, y'all. God, Yahweh, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like pure wool. All right. Remember, who have woolly hair? We do. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. The meaning of this verse is as it follows. I beheld till the thrones was cast down, the thrones was placed down and erected, and the Ancient of Days did sit. The God of the universe is the Ancient of Days who sat on the throne, and the hair of his head like pure wool. Daniel saw in the anthropomorphic form of God Yahweh judging the nations in the appearance of a venerable man with woolly hair like a black man. Daniel the prophet and the people in his environment, the Babylonians, must have had woolly hair for him to dream of God having woolly hair. So Daniel was living in the time of the Babylonians. Remember that. Many Israelites in biblical times intermarried with Canaanite Hamite tribes. And if the Jews were not black, the Israelites became much darker of a surely after the intermingling. All right, and here's the summary. There is more than enough evidence to prove that all the original Israelites were black, including the surrounding nations of the Middle East. We must consider the evidence that the Dravidians were the original black people in India, that the Cushites, Ethiopians, inhabited the southern Mesopotamian valley, that Abraham and Ishmael married African women, Egyptians, that the Canaanites belonged to the African family of nations, that ancient Israel intermarried with the black Canaanite tribes at the times that Joseph was viceroy of Egypt. His brothers could not distinguish him from the black Egyptians because Joseph was black. After Pharaoh promulgated the cruel decree to extirpate the Hebrew males, only a black Moses would have been able to be concealed effectively for any length of time among black Egyptians, that Daniel had a dream of the anthropomorphous god with woolly hair, that biblical leprosy laws of the time could apply only to a very dark people with black hair. The black Jews of India, Abyssinia, Ethiopia, and West Africa considered themselves the original Jews because of the purity of their Israelite blood. This has been stated by Alan H. Godby. Right now, this is now we know that Asia was the birthplace of the black race. How did these people in Asia become lighter in complexion? There are five answers to these questions. The Indo-European invasion of Germanic invasion of Asia, the Greek invasion of the Middle East, the Roman invasion of the Middle East and North Africa. Four, the Jewish slave trade, Slakia, the Israelite slave trade, I should say. Fifth, the Arab slave trade. The Indo-European invaders penetrated the Middle East and mixed with black Asiatics as far as India during the second millennium BC. The European Scythians passed through southern Russia and Central Asia as far as the borders of China. During the Greek and Roman invasion, their soldiers settled down in the Middle East and North Africa to decimate Greek, decimate Greek and Roman culture. Moreover, they married colored women. The Jews sold white slaves to the Arabs throughout Africa and Asia. When the black Moors from North Africa conquered Portugal and Spain, they transported thousands of white slaves of Germanic descent to Africa. All of these white people who came or were brought to Africa and Asia were absorbed into native population. All right, so this is talking about, the original people. All right, Israelites being black, even the surrounding inhabitants of the East. All right, Asia and Africa were all black people. All right, and then that we sold slaves who were white, and some of them even became who looked black. All right, so I got some precepts I want to share. All right, some precepts from the scriptures. All right, and there's some powerful ones as well, because we got to we have to understand that we are the people in the book. A lot of our people lack the faith. All right, they lack that faith because we was told that we was never nothing. When you go to Revelations 1 through 14, it talks about the description of Yahweh Shah. They give us a white Jesus, which hit the white Jesus. First of all, Jesus means Zeus. That means hail Zeus, worship Zeus, and it comes from a white man named Caesar Borgia. The letter J was only invented 600 plus years ago. All right, when you look at Christ, his name is Yahweh Shai. He went by the Paleo ancient Hebrew name. Yahweh Shai. When you put the letters together and you sound it out, that's the sound it's going to make. All right, so here's his description. A lot of you guys know it. A lot of you guys don't. So it says, his head and his hair was white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. We was just reading Daniel's chapter 7, verse 9, about Yahweh, God, his image. All right, and Yahweh Shah and the Most High Yahweh have the same image. All right, but they're different beings. They're not the same people. They're different entities. Our Christianity would say they're the same, but that's a different topic. So it says, and his feet like unto fine brass. What color is brass? Brass is clearly brown, the same color as the ground, right? As if they burnt in the furnace. So you burn anything that's brown in the furnace, all right, it turns to what? Very black. and his voice as the sound of many waters. When many waters come colliding together and hitting the shore and the rocks, it's a strong, powerful noise, a deep noise. All right, Yahusha has a deep voice. It says, and he had in his right hand 7 stars, and out of his mouth went a sharp two-edged sword, and his consciousness was as the sun shineth in his strength. All right, you gotta understand. You got them 7 stars, which is the 7 churches. It's also symbolic for the menorah. Out of his mouth went a sharp two-edged sword. That's the word of the Most High. All right, and his consciousness was as the sun shineth in his strength. That's his purity. All right, his spirit. All right, like you gotta understand, like you know, the people in the Bible is all black people. All right, that's who the Bible's made for. You know, we say this all the time. It's like FUBU. It's from us, by us. All right, like this is why we're going through all the hell. Ephesians 6 and 7 says, and ye fathers provoke. It's like it. That was the wrong scripture. Let me go to that scripture. Slack it. This is why we're going through all the hell. All right. Deuteronomy's 28 and 15 KJV. All right. So we're gonna go to Slovakia. Let my screen load. We're gonna start at 15. It says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. All right, this is why we're struggling with our identity right now. All right, this is how we also know, because it was an idiot that I was debating with on Facebook. He swore up and down that Deuteronomy 28 through 68 was talking about the Greek captivity. All right, but it's certain, we was carried away captives to the Greek Empire. We wasn't on ships. That's one. Second, we still knew who we were. We don't know who we are now. All right, so certain things that was cutting him up. All right, so we got to keep that in mind. Because you're gonna be tested. By with your faith. How do you know this? How you know you the real Israelites and all that? How you know these curses, is speaking about you right now? That's why we gotta study to show ourselves approved. And part of doing that, when we're doing that, we're breaking these curses that's on us. I remember it says, the truth will set us free, right? The truth will set us free. Okay, so yeah, they despise reproof. That's for sure what they do. All right, and here's some more facts that the Israelites were so-called black people. We go to Songs of Solomon 5 and 11. It says, his head is as the most fine gold. His locks are bushy and black as a raven. All right, our people have bushy hair. All right, like real talk. Our people have bushy hair. All right, and you keep going. It says his eyes. And it's talking about King Solomon, and a description. His eyes are as the eyes of doves by the rivers of waters washed with milk and fitty set. His cheeks are as a bed of spices of sweet flowers. All right, and you go to matter of fact, because I like to also get the traits of our people too, you know because King Solomon, he had a grill of gold around his mouth. you know a lot of people don't know that King Solomon had a grill. When y'all looking at the dirty South music, and these artists and all that, and our brothers and sisters that's in the South, or even Northern California, they have grills in their mouth. All right, we gotta remember the scriptures tell us there's nothing new under the sun. It says your cheeks are lovely with ornaments, your neck with chains of gold. All right, cheeks are talking about the mouth. Have ornaments, had a grill. Yeah, in your neck with chains of gold. He had chains on his neck of gold, right? So I mean, keep that in mind. Like, let all this, you know, let all this motivate you to research the scriptures. All right. We go to Exodus 4 and 6, right? And it says, and the Most High said furthermore unto him, put now thy hand unto thy bosom, right? And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. So for his hand to be leprous as snow, for him to get translucent hands, right? At first it had to be black hands. And he was talking to them. The Most High had Moses do that. They do not, talk about this in these churches. All right. The Most High don't love everybody. He only love our people. And this is very important that we understand. When we go to Isaiah 51:20, it says, thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets. As a wild bull in the net, they are full of fury of the Most High, the rebuke of thy God. All right. Like when it's talking about us, when the brothers, when we out in these street corners, he's talking about us in these projects. All right. Guns, we in cliques, we in gangs, we on blocks, and we're full of the Most High's anger. All right. We have to understand that. Surely oppression will make a wise man mad, and a gift will destroy the heart. All right. The scriptures are here for us. All right. It's not gonna lie. All right. The Most High, he don't lie. All right. We as a people, we must come back to the scriptures. We must come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. We must meditate in these words day and night. Like real talk. This is the only way, we're gonna, change. All right. We gotta take this serious. All right. So I got some more music. I got some more. I'm gonna bring out some more precepts for you guys. All right. So y'all listen to these righteous songs. Let it cut up any evil spirits that's dwelling among you. If you got lust, addiction, hatred in your heart, malice in your heart, any of that, you trying to fight back. You need to get these scriptures and meditate in the Most High righteous music. All right. So here it goes.
Still ain't got it bumping.
Real love, man, got you. One mind, one body, and we serve you, baby. Moving in the road, got me bamboo. Moving in the road, got me bamboo, yeah. Real love, man, got you. One mind, one body, and we serve you, baby. Moving in the road, got me bamboo. Moving in the road, got me bamboo.
A man shall leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife. So I jumped up out of myth, moved to Cali with my wife. Yeah, I made that sacrifice just for you. Yeah, that's what I did, and I do it again. You my lover, you my wife, you my best friend. I ain't going nowhere, I'ma hold you down, girl, I'm all in. Yeah, that's real love, that's that Hebrew love. And y'all gon' bless it, so we gon' stay connected. Hey.
That's my baby, drive me crazy. Girl, you special, my beautiful lady. That's my baby, drive me crazy. My beautiful baby, my beautiful baby.
One flesh, one flesh, one flesh. One flesh, one flesh, one flesh. One flesh, one flesh, one flesh. One
Still ain't got it bumping.
Real love, man, got you. One mind, one body, and we serve you, baby. Moving in the road, got me by
Spread the earth to and fro like Adam did. From the trenches, east and west, Yahuwah built our bridge. Used to rock, they rejected, we gon' build it big. Ruach sent the measurements, we gon' build it quick. Scripture be my brew HD, yeah, made me rich. Relationship to franchise value like the Knicks. Yahuwah headlights, no, I cannot trip. This our first marriage cup, we gon' take a sip. This that real love kill, bro, I got you. Yeah, that Ruach got me quick, no, I love you. All day, every day, we gon' ride, boo. Yeah, that Ruach keep me quick, yeah, I love you too.
That's my baby. Drive me crazy. You special, but you Kool-Aid. That's my baby. Drive me crazy.
So I know y'all like that one. I know y'all had to like that one. All right. I got another one for you guys though. You know, I hope y'all like it too. You know, and that was Trench Brews. All right, Trench Brews. You know, we love you, brothers. You know, we're gonna always be playing y'all music. You know, y'all doing a great job. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh Bashib Yahweh Shai. Keep, you know, waking our people up.
This is Monday.com CRM.
You know, they gotta ruin it with commercials though, right? There you go. This one's called no, we're gonna play Molly Royalty. I think y'all like it.
Royalty. Royalty. I was in the chosen people. Bible in my hand, word inside my heart, and pain before my eyes. Broken people wanting to believe in something, looking for a light, trying to find the truth. But we give them doubt, saying we do something we don't. Hurting people saying we do things that we won't. Wolfing sheep's clothing with a cross on his chest. Taking people money, promising to be blessed. Power to the chosen people, who at one point wasn't viewed as an evil. His own chosen people, royal priesthood. Yeah. That you've been called out of the dark into the marvelous light. Do you know who you are? Royalty. Yeah. Once we were the people, now we are the people. Do you know who you are? Would you let them call you those things if you knew you were a queen? And my brother, would you be out there risking your life for green paper? If you knew you had it all already, if you knew you were a king. Well, the best I can offer is to tell you the truth. Mercy changed everything for me and you, but they don't really tell us what we do need to know. But 1 Peter 2:6 a pleasure for sure. So power to the chosen people, who at one point wasn't viewed as an equal. His own chosen people, a royal priesthood. That you were chosen people, royal priesthood. Royalty, royalty, royal, royal. When wasn't you the people? His unchosen people, royal priesthood.
So the fun thing with the serpent is, how does a serpent talk? What in the
Devils, man. Got another one for y'all. One more.
Resentment in every Negro. They think they're living in a police state and they become hostile toward the policeman. They think that the policeman is there to be against them rather than to protect them. And these thoughts, these incarcerations, these apprehensions automatically are sufficient to make this.
Shout out to Brian Israel, Peasy, and Ari Muna.
Killing us out here, family. Strange fruit. Yeah. Peace. Real. Sugar. Me and Billie Holiday, we talking strange fruits. Old tree, same story, but new news. Bloodshed cause the blood ties, blood roots. Vampire killer for true blood cause my blood true. Strange fruits, swinging food for the fires of the earth. Yeah, the cold eating us with the worms in the dirt. Some burn, still burn, but they ain't turned from the curse. I'm in the need for fade out, so they burn with the church. Dead on the vine, they turn the race, and I say they united, but I raise the maze. A redemption for them, with that in the sky. No bird, no plane, this I should have saved them. Let me take you to dignity, yeah. Just now for the triple D, yeah. Where they say things have changed, but things are the same. They memorialize in a hanging tree. They still rally in the city cause Triple K in your city blood. The judges and police, the politician, government banks behind us.
Predicament from kings and queens and solo ships treated so insolent, forsaking our first love and leaving our innocence. And how did we get to this place, being branches in the same vine, if we all share the same root? These are questions I ask, and the scriptures answer. We can take all together while telling bearing all the strange fruit. Glory to the Father. And when it comes to truth, present them with truth, every opportunity you gotta give me. Now that you're not like the rest of the crowd, our old partners living in sin, go examine how your niggas living.
not diabia. Ryan is real. And we must realize that we the strange fruit. We are in these last days. We must do what we have to wake the nation up. You understand? They busting us down all in the strange thing. Got our hands up and they still shoot. What they do, we the strange fruit. I say you want to breathe, my family don't care, they ain't got a clue. We the strange fools in these last days. For freedom, father ain't gotta be sober and vigilant. One got your all militant. Mr. Twirling, they be treating it like we the immigrants. And I ain't feeling it. I'm on a mission to wake all of my people and show them the forefathers had the power to get the generational blessing for eternity. Drop to your knees and pray you can pay back all these devils for atrocities. Went from hanging on a tree, now we hanging on a back block. Selling crack rock to your own eyes. Boy, stop, we exterminate ourselves, we don't even need a damn cop. Hold up, you gotta understand that the government against every Israelite. Whether wrong or right, dark or light, what you gonna do? Turn to the most, get it straight through. Once we realize that the Most High is only dealing with Israel, we will rise back up to our rightful place. Real Judah, Aria Muna, and I provide Brian Israel.
So all praise to the Most High. Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai. Man, a lot of people don't know what that strange fruit is. All right, you know, when they used to hang us on trees, right? Like they used to really hang us on trees. You know, that was a powerful song right there. It's bringing acknowledgement, you know, to the Most High. And also, you know, it's talking about, you know, what we went through as a people. All right, because you know, these heathen nations hunt our steps, they hate us and all type of stuff. All right, and it's not gonna get any better. All right, it's gonna get worse before it does get better. All right,
But we gotta, like, you know, praise the Most High, you know, and thank Him. All right, and believe that He will protect us. All right, no fear or nothing. All right, we got to make sure we walking in wisdom as a people. We're royalty. All right, so if you guys have your scriptures out, you know, or you can just listen. We're gonna read Proverbs 19. All right, Proverbs 19. All right, Proverbs 19. All right. So this is Proverbs 19. Kwam Yasharala, our praises to the Most High. Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. Everybody that's listening to it, you know, this broadcast. I pray that the Most High, you know, protects you if you're seeking the Most High, you're an Israelite, and then you know, you're being righteous. I pray that the Most High put a shield of protection around you. All right. You guys got to have faith and put this work in. All right. So this is Proverbs 19. Better is the poor that walketh in his integrity than he that is perverse in his lips and is a fool. All right. So it's better to be a poor man with integrity. Better, you know, than to be a wicked man with perverse lips who's a fool. So it also says, verse 2, also that the soul be without knowledge, it is not good, and he that hasteth with his feet sinneth. So digest these rows, all right? Digest it, all right? Eat that what was just read to you, all right? Also that the soul be without knowledge, it is not good. If a person does not read the scriptures, they're not seeking the Most High, that's not good. And he's always, you know, trying to hit the road, is always in a rush, in a hurry, don't have no decorum, all right, he's a sinner. He's gonna sin. This is the foolish of man perverteth his way, and his heart fretteth against the Most High. All right, so a foolish man, he's gonna be perverse in all his way. And when you bring out the scriptures, tell hey brother, you gotta come right, you gotta assemble yourselves together, you gotta keep the laws. He's gonna have animosity against the Most High. Man, I got somewhere to go. I can't do this right now. I'm busy. That's why we in these streets, we holding camp. We try to get brothers and sisters to come listen. They like, oh, I got somewhere to be. I got somewhere to go. All right, because their ways, their mindset is already perverse, right? And that goes into Proverbs 28:1. The wicked flee when no man pursueth. All right, but the righteous are bold as lions. Then it says right here, wealth maketh many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. Did y'all hear that? All right. It says wealth maketh many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbors. Kwame Asharala. All right. This is why they oppress us. This is why it's so hard for our people to come together. We working all day long. All right. We working every day. All right. Because we got to pay bills. We got to pay rent. So it's hard for us to come together. All right. But when you wealthy, you got money. All right. It's easy for you to come together. This is how, Psalms 83 says they take crafty counsel against us. All right. So we got to keep this. They know, they read Proverbs too. They know how to get us, they know how to get our people distracted. So they don't gotta, so they won't keep the statute, laws, commandments, so they can fret the Most High. All right, and it says, a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape. All right, we know what that means. Meaning will entreat the favor of the prince, and every man is a friend to him that giveth gifts. All the brethren of the poor do hate. How much more do his friends go far from him? He pursueth them with words, yet they are wanting to him. So we'll keep going, because I believe a lot of this stuff speak for itself. A lot of these scriptures. He that getteth wisdom loveth his own soul. He that keepeth understanding shall find good. So wisdom, the first step to understand what wisdom is to fear the Most High. All right, if you fear the Most High, you love your own soul, right? When you keeping the precepts and these laws, you love understanding. Because a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish. The light is not seemly for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over prince. All right, so the light is not seemly for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over princes. All right, so who's ruling over us? Our servants. All right, because a lot of our people, all right, they like to play the fool. All right, they don't believe in the Most High. They don't trust in Him. All right, so they're fools. So they got servants ruling over them. This is Proverbs 19:10. Now we're on verse 11. The discretion of a man defereth his anger, and it is his glory to pass over a transgression. So when you can have decorum, all right, you choose, you're not about to, act all, crazy because you got mad. You should show decorum. Let your anger pass through. All right, you're gonna be happy because you're not gonna transgress. You're not gonna let your anger get the best of you, right? So you gotta, a patient man. When you patient, a person that is not patient, all right, they're gonna die quick. All right, patience will preserve your soul. All right, So it says the king's wrath is as a warning of a lion, but his favor is a dew upon the grass. You don't understand, all right? And especially, and this about Yahweh, like, don't make Yahweh mad by breaking the statute, laws, commandments, because understand his favor is like the dew upon the grass. Like, it's very gentle how he will protect us and help us and lead us and guide us, right? But you get on his bad side, it's like a warring lion. It says a foolish son is a calamity of his father, and the contentions of a wife are a continual dropping. All right, so a foolish son is the calamity of his father. The contentions of a wife are a continual dropping. All right, meaning, like, the son, you gonna make if the son is disobedient and he's going off, he's a calamity of his father. He bring his father to shame, right? And the wife that's that has contention, it's drama and strife. All right, it's like a continuous dropping. Like, you ever can't go to sleep because the pipes in your bathroom kept dripping water, like it's over and over and over. It's like grievous to the soul. It's keeping you up. Like, the scriptures is on point, y'all. It says house and riches are the inheritance of father. All right, so the inheritance when understand when a person when a person grow up, the male or the female, right? The father always supposed to leave an inheritance behind, right? It always come from the father. All right. Now, especially in our community, you know, we don't get nothing from the father. We're a broken nation. All right. But you gotta understand, like, our true father, because our only father, because I should say, our pops, our earthly pops, they don't have inheritance for us right now. But our true father, Abba Yahweh, all his he got his house. He got many mountains in his house. All right, and all the silver and the gold is his. He'll leave an inheritance to us. All right, but we gotta have what? We gotta have righteousness. We gotta keep the statute, laws, commandments. And it says, and a prudent wife is from the Most High. Brothers, when you get you a prudent wife, a wife that's, you know, who's, because the Most High says a silent woman is from the Most High. A woman that's silent, she's modest, she's not out there, trying to lead you, be all high minded over you, out there hitting these streets and these clubs, you know, hot girl summers. If you don't got one of those, the Most High bless you with a prudent wife. All right, and you gotta understand, like, you gotta love her like your house. I love the church. Be willing to give your life for her. All right, and when she's a prudent wife. All right, she's not gonna be stepping on your toes or nothing. That's a gift from the Most High. That's rare. And it says slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep. So when you slothful, you're not doing nothing. All right, you don't want to work. You don't want no business. You want to do work for the Most High. You're gonna be cast into a deep sleep. And an idle soul shall suffer hunger. They ain't gonna be a bum. All right, like real talk. Then it also says, he that keepeth the commandments keepeth his own soul, but he that despises his way shall die. He that hath pity upon the poor lendeth unto the Most High. So if you have pity upon the poor, you give them some food, give them some money, whatever. You lend to the Most High. Now, I don't mean you give anybody that's poor money and food. Some people supposed to go through certain things, but certain people, by the Spirit who you're supposed to give to. It says, and that which he hath given will he pay him again. Chasten thy son while there is hope, and let not thy soul spare for his crying. See, that's deep. Like, while your son is young, he's messing up and all that. Chastise him. Don't let him get away with everything. All right. If you love him, you're not gonna let him get away with everything. Do it when he's young, so he can learn a valuable lesson. All right, and let not thy soul spare for his crying. Like you start crying, giving you the most darnest face. You know, you like, oh man, I can't hit that little nigga. And you better gird up your loins, be a man. You know, and you know, and spare that rod, spank him. You know, ground him. You know, so you can teach him. That show you, you show him that you love him. All right, he don't want to disappoint you. All right, but if you act like he can't disappoint you, then he gonna do anything that he wants. He's gonna be a monster child, right? It's like we read to you. This is 19 and 19, Proverbs 19:19. A man of great wrath shall suffer punishment, for if thou deliver him, yet thou must do it again. So a man that's mad, like he's going through hell, like you know, surely oppression will make a wise man mad, whatever. He will suffer that punishments, and shit, yeah, do it again, like real talk, you know. I know it's a lot of expressions out for that saying too. This is hear counsel and receive instructions, that thou mayest be wise in thy latter end. There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Most High that shall stand. The devices is like plots, right? Plans. A lot of devices in a man's heart. So it says, nevertheless, the counsel of the Most High shall stand. No matter how, if they plotting against you, whatever. All right, that's why, you know, we're not ignorant to Satan's devices. All right, any type of wicked thoughts and or intentions that he have, we're not ignorant about, right? That's why there's times when we go into our channel, we're the Most High is allowing us to predict things before it happened. All right, so you know we're not ignorant to it. The Most High revealed His secrets to the prophets, right? So it says, we're on verse 22. The desire of a man is his kindness, and a poor man is better than a liar. So a poor man is better than a liar. All right, you can trust a poor man's word than a liar's mouth, right? Then it says, the fear of the Most High tendeth to life. All right, and he that hath it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. So if you fear the Most High, you keep the laws, you're not going to be visited with evil. Like you're going to be like the book of Eli when Denzel was on that movie. You know, he was going through the valley of the shadow of death. He didn't fear no evil. All right, because you're not going to get, you'll not be visited of it. You didn't do nothing. Are you innocent? All right, this is a slothful man hideth his hand in his bosom. All right, so if a man that's slothful, he going to hide his hand in his bosom. Like, man, he going to come out off his steps, out of his house. He going to put his hands in his bosom. He going to go right back in all day. He said, and will not so much as bring it to his mouth again. Wow. Then it says, you know why? Because he's not going to be able to feed himself, because he's not trying to make no money. He's not trying to do no work for the Most High. He's not trying to be a servant for the Most High. All right. This smite a scorner, and the simple will beware. So if you smite a scorner, and the simple will be aware, and reprove one that have understanding, and he will understand knowledge. So look how like genius that sounds. All right, you smite a scorner. All right, you know, smiting could be different things, right? But if you smite him, the rest of the congregation gonna know not to do what he just did. All right, that's what Joshua did with Achod or Achod. All right, when he brought the accursed thing in his under his tent, you know, Joshua ended up burning him and his family, and all of Israel was aware not to do what he just did, bringing any accursed thing into their tents, right? You know, setting an example. This is why brutality is in the mafias. All right, it's in these gangs. You know, especially old school gangs. Is also in the cartel. All right, you know, they they smite certain scorners, even though it's it's this is an example because they all unrighteous. But if they, for example, if they go snitch or do anything, they will lead, they will give them like a Colombian necktie, have they tongue hanging from their neck. All right. This is give an example. Don't snitch on us. All right. It's the same thing with these laws, statutes, and commandments. All right. Like, you smite somebody, because, if you smite them, the Most High destroy you. Because the Most High does a lot of it. When our people become homosexual, they get AIDS and they die. Same thing, right? So when we in our kingdom, the Most High gonna have rulers. He gonna set higher officials, over certain cities and sections and stuff, right? So anybody is scorning, they gonna get smitten. Hey, take it for what it is. It says, he that wasteth his father and chastiseth away his mother is a son that causeth shame and bringeth reproach. So like your son go out there gang banging, he's stealing shit and all that. He come right back to the house. All right, you gonna have neighbors, people, citizens at your house, police, whatever, and then you gonna make your mother and your father ashamed by doing that stuff. It says, cease, my son, to hear the instructions that causes to err from the words of knowledge. That goes into that music industry, all right? These rappers talking about catch somebody. I'm going to slide on that nigga. You feel me? It says, stop, cease from their instructions. Don't listen to them, all right? Because it causes you to err, from the words of knowledge. Then it says, and a godly witness scorneth judgment, and the mouth of the wicked devoureth iniquity. The ungodly witness, like when certain things happen, when people, are getting, molested and shot down and all that, there's always somebody like, don't say nothing and all that. Like real talk. They scorneth judgment. All right, because they ungodly. And the mouth of the wicked devoureth iniquity. All right, and in judgment, even when the Most High, when he saying he gonna come destroy America, there's people like he's not gonna destroy this nation because they're ungodly. They don't want justice to be performed. This is 19 and 29, Proverbs 19 and 29. Judgment are prepared for scorners, and stripes for the backs of fools. Right. So, hey, you supposed to get whips and lashes in your back if you're a fool. Because even in the kingdom, the wicked servant that's out there, doing the most, sinning and going against the scriptures, going against the statute, laws, commandments, not having no type of assembly, not putting the work in, all right, they don't get stripes on their back. Judgment are prepared for scorners, and stripes for the backs of fools. All right, we got to understand that. All right. But yeah, this all I'm bringing out tonight, y'all. I hope you guys, love this segment. Make sure you guys like it. You share it. We're gonna come back on with more fire, more music for you guys. This is spiritual insight. We live. It's KOY2 True Judah, destroying wicked theology and doctrine. Let your light shine. All right, let your light shine, y'all. Kwame Asharala. Our praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. What you want to say? I want to say something real quick. Go ahead, Khan. You may have to jump on next time. This because this is live on YouTube, not StreamYard. But Kwame Asharala, y'all. Barakatah. Y'all tap in.